built up brother's confidence for years to come. Years. So many years. So this poem, yeah, even when me and my ex-girlfriend had beef, I think this poem is still very much about her. It's about every one of the sisters I met today. Y'all are beautiful and have really made my brief stay here wonderful. And so I wrote this poem in response to a piece by a poet named Jennifer Falou, who's really dope. If you want to know her work, check her out. At the New Eurekan Poetry Cafe in New York, which is another place. If you're ever in New York, check it out. It's really fun. Yeah, shout out to people that know. We're connected. But she did this piece called 10 Things I Want to Say to a Black Man, right? So I thought it was going to be real negative. I braced myself. I thought she was going to be like, y'all suck, you know, don't want to pay for anything. I thought it was about to be Erykah Badu, better call Tyrone. I've been there. Like, that's how I thought it was about to happen. And to my delightful surprise, the complete opposite happened. Like, she spit this super personal, but still, like, general piece about the black men in her life. How they loved her, how she had this like radical love and affection for them. Even the ones she didn't know, the men she just saw on the train, and had this affinity for. She was like, I know the world wants to destroy you. I just want you to know that I love you. And I think hopefully my response piece comes from that same place, being raised by black women and around black women, and seeing the various ways in which the world they live in tried to just batter them each and every day, and still seeing my mom get up, work 10 hours a day, come home, cook, take care of us, had me just doing sports I didn't even like. My mom was just like, you're gonna do everything because you're going to college. So you're gonna play tennis, squash, basketball, soccer, football. Like, just, I'm small, I'm like, why am I playing football? I don't want to, Mom. Please don't make me go. I was sensitive, like the microphone just now. It was crazy, like I was really just brokenhearted. But she loved me, and my mom really took care of me. You know, all the women in my life have really just looked after me, whether it's, you know, my feminist, womanist advisors in undergrad, or the feminist, womanist advisors I have in grad school. You know, like, Princeton is an unfriendly place for a black man from New York, and they make it feel like home every day. So this piece is for them. It's for, it is for the sisters, it's true. It's for women everywhere as well, but like particularly for my sisters of the diaspora that go through a unique sort of struggle each and every day. And it's for brothers too, because we got a lot of work. We go through stuff, we got a lot of work. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm stopping doing that too. That's for later, you know what I'm saying? So, can't go out too early, you know what I'm saying? Can't go out, oh wow, okay, we're gonna get to it. 10 things I want to say to a black woman. 10 things I want to say to a black woman. 1, I wish I could put your voice in a jar. Wait for those lonely winter nights when I forget what God sounds like. Run to the nearest maximum security prison and open it. Watch the notes bounce off the walls like ricochet bullets, etching keyholes into the sternums of every brother in the room. Skeletons opening rose blossom beautiful to remind you that the way to a black man's heart is not through his stomach. It is through the heaven in your hello. The echo of unborn galaxies that pounces forth from your vocal cords and melts ice grills into oceans, baptizing our lips until harsh words fade from our memories. And we stop calling you divine in the first place too. When I was born, my mother's smile was so bright it knocked the air from my lungs, and I haven't been able to breathe right since. It's something about the way light dances off of your teeth. The way the moon gets jealous when you mock her crescent figure with the shape of your mouth. Queen, you make the sky insecure, subconsciously reinforced to stare at your face every morning and realize that the blues of her skin was painted by that symphony doing cartwheels on your tongue. 3, who else can make kings out of bastards? Turn a fatherless Christmas into a floor full of gifts in a kitchen that smells like the Lord is coming tomorrow and we must eat well tonight. I used to think my sister was a blacksmith, the way she bent fire and metal and made kitchen miracles at 14, making enough food to feed a little boy who didn't have the words to say how much she meant to him back then, or enough backbone to say so the day he turned 24. Your skin reminds me of everything beautiful I've ever known. The color of ink on a page, the earth we walk on, and the cross that hung my Savior. 5, I have seen you crucified too, spread out on billboards to be spiritually impaled by millions of men with eyes like nails who made martyrs of your daughters. So I'm sorry for the music videos, for Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl, and the young man on the corner this morning He made you want to shed your flesh and become invisible. Never doubt that he only insults you because men are confused, and we're trained to destroy or conquer everything we see from birth. 6. If I ever see Don Iris in public, I'll punch him in the face. One time, for every member of the Rutgers and Tennessee women's basketball teams. Then I'll show him a picture of Alicia Rashad, Asada Shakur, Eartha Kitt, my mother, my grandmother, and my 7-year-old niece, who's got eyes like firebombs, and then dare him to tell me that black women are only beautiful in one shade of skin. You are like a sunrise in a nation at war. You remind people that there is always something worth waking up to eat. When we are married, I will cook. Do the dishes and wherever else it takes to let you know that traditional gender roles have no place in the home we build. So my last name is babysitting the kids, a treat we split equally in our bed will be an ancient temple where I construct sculptures of wax on the small of your back. And we make love like the sky is falling, moving to the rhythm of bed springs and velvet DeVoe angels, applauding in unison, saying this is the way it was meant to be. My daughter will know her father's face from the day she is born. And I can only pray that this Superman complex lasts long enough for me to deflect the pain this world will aim at her from the moment she's old enough to realize that the color brown is still not considered human in most places. My daughter will have a smile like a wheelchair. And so even when I'm at my worst, when the kryptonite of this putrid planet threatens to render me grounded, the light dancing off her teeth will transform the shards of my broken body into heart-shaped blackbirds, taking flight on wind that reminds me of my Savior's hands, of my daughter's smile, of my mother's laugh when I was in her womb. 10. Never stop pushing. This world needs you now more than ever.